And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So I'm going to move on and really talk about mentor-mentee relationships. And I've put them in a sort of more conversational way, just putting points that come up to mind with regard to mentors and mentees and the relationships. And I thought I would start by talking about mentor-mentee relationships in general, and then talk about, tips or experiences as a mentor and tips and experiences as a mentee. So just to note, and some of our speakers have already said this, that career development it's not really a linear process. And many times it looks like a bowl of spaghetti, as you can see right now, meaning it's not one line, all tangled, it feels like it's tangled up together before you sort of emerge to the point that you want to get to. So you have to flow with that career development trajectory and not expect that it's going to be a very neatly organized, one step to the next step in a linear fashion. It's often sometimes feels secular. You can have more than one mentor. This has been alluded to by other speakers. And you can have more than one mentor specifically for different aspects of your career development and support. But generally, it is good to have maybe one or two main mentors who work with you to achieve your goals, but you can have more than one mentor, especially for different aspects of your career development or for the support that you need. You can also outgrow mentors to a point where you may need a mentor that's more experienced in a specific field, or you need a mentor who has completely different expertise. So for example, if someone was helping to mentor you through your master's degree, you might need somebody else to mentor you through your PhD degree or other aspects of your career development. And note that mentoring relationships are not necessarily, all lifelong or long-term. There are some mentoring relationships that are short-term. That's for a specific project or a time-defined purpose. I would like you to mentor me to write an abstract for a particular conference. Well, it's a mentoring relationship, but it's very short and time-defined. There are medium-term mentorship relationships, which can be for the life of a grant. Say the grant is 2 years long, or maybe 3, or maybe 5. It can be for the life of a degree program. It could be 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, or a training program. So that can be more medium term. And then there's long-term mentorship, where someone is working with you as a mentor, or you are working with someone as a mentor for some of their career, for all of your career, or it could be really lifelong, where you continue to gain different insights and support. And even over that long period of time, what they provide for you might be different from phase to phase of that relationship. And then note, as other people have also said, mentoring relationships are built on mutual respect, and I would say trust as well. Absolutely. I personally have decided I will not mentor in a space of disrespect or lack of respect. And it does go both ways, but I will not mentor someone who doesn't fundamentally respect me or what I have to say. In my opinion, it's a waste of time and a waste of my efforts. And then if you want, or if you expect the benefits of mentorship, be prepared to mentor other people too. That is how this works. That is how you pay it forward. And that is how we keep the chain of mentorship and menteeship going and well supported. So I'll start by talking about a few things a few tips that I have learned for mentees in particular, because most times people become mentees first, right? Before they become mentors. Although at any point in time, you could be a mentee as well as a mentor. It's good to start from a point of how are you going to be a good mentee? And a lot of times we put emphasis on how people can be good mentors. I don't think we put enough emphasis on how you can be a good mentee. First of all, you need to find mentors who will value you and your goals. And so this is not necessarily tips on how to be a good mentee, it's just tips for mentors in general. Some of them are how to be a good mentee, but I would say for a mentee, you need to find mentors who will value you and your goals. It's not good to work with a mentor who does not value you and your goals. That's not a healthy relationship. Before you approach a mentor, and other people have said this too, write down and be prepared to articulate what you want or what you need from a potential mentor before you approach them. I have a lot of people either writing me or approaching me somewhere and saying, I'd like you to mentor me. Maybe they admire the work that I'm doing or my trajectory in my career development, and I'd like you to mentor me. And many times they can't articulate what exactly they need. And that has to be said from your standpoint. That's the first order of homework, of work that you as a mentee start doing. So if someone is approaching me and is not prepared to to tell me, okay, this is what I need. Then I'm like, okay, how is this going to work as a mentee-mentor relationship? This person cannot define or has not defined what they want to start with. So how am I going to mentor them? And note that the best mentors are often incredibly busy. So make the best use of their time when they have the time to dedicate to you. One of the tragedies that I noticed in being able to have mentees that I would like to work with is that they may not make the best use of my time, or they actually get to a point where they're actually wasting a lot of my time because they are not prepared, they have not done the work, and so we cannot move forward. We keep circling back and regressing instead of progressing. Do not wait for mentors to teach you things, though. Ask them questions and ask further questions to learn more, and continue to sort of drive the relationship in terms of what you are getting from the mentor to improve your work, to improve your career. Do not wait for them to teach you things. The relationship and what you get out of it will be maximized if you, the mentee, do the work and actually push for the questions, push for the information, ask for it. And then be an industrious mentee. The most attractive mentees to me are people who are industrious, people who do the work. They read, they study, they review, they provide value to me as well. And people think that in terms of mentees, it only goes, the help or the benefits only go one way, that mentors are supposed to benefit mentees. But honestly, mentees can benefit mentors too. They're providing value in terms of helping you, the mentor, get some time to address other mentees or to do other work. They provide skills. Mentees have skills too. Okay, they build them, but they have skills that can be of value and of use to the mentor. And they provide a source of productivity that will also benefit your mentor. So if you're working with your mentor on a manuscript or on a grant, well, that benefits you, but in the end, it benefits the mentor too. So be an industrious mentee. And then note that your mentor's success is not yours. Your mentor's success is not your success. Do not camp, do not hide under the shadow of your mentor's success. You need to develop your own success. And there are some people whose work or their career or the way they talk about their mentor-mentee relationship as mentees is more of sort of standing under the shadow of the mentor for a very unhealthy amount of time. Their success is not yours. They are using their success or their expertise to support you, to build your own. So do not hide under their shadow. You need to get your own umbrella, so to speak, and move with it instead of hiding under the umbrella. You need to graduate out of that. You need to develop your own success. And then one thing that mentors, as a mentee, you can do to be a great mentee is also really appreciate and acknowledge your mentors whenever you have the chance. I've had a mentor, a couple of mentors that I always give them, give them their flowers when I have the opportunity, because especially now that I've grown to be a mentor myself, I realize how much effort, time, energy it takes to build someone's career and to support them. So for mentors, I would say, if you don't have the time, if you want to be a mentor, if you're a mentor already, think about this. If you don't have the time, the expertise, or the experience to mentor someone to reach some specific goals, do not take up the task. And you note I said experience as well as I said expertise. So you may not have the expertise as a basic lab scientist to mentor someone who wants to be a lab scientist, but you have experience in leadership. You have experience in working in academic field in general. You have experience in negotiating interpersonal relationships in academics. That's a source of mentoring as well. But if you don't have the time, expertise, or experience, do not take up the task, because then you will not be as good as you could be. You don't have to have all the time in the world, because as I said, mentors are very busy people, and the best ones are the busiest people. But have an understanding of how much time you have to dedicate to this person. Your job as a mentor is to support the mentees to reach their goals, not your goals. Your job is to support mentees to reach their goals. So they should be able to articulate their goals, or at least what they want to you, and your job is to support them to reach them. Do not make mentees do work or work on careers for you. This is for you to support them to work on their careers and their goals. And look, whether it's written or not, have a mentorship plan or a set of goals, or even just one goal at any given time for each mentee. It could be